responses coming in from senior leader Piyush Goyal. Right now he's demanding an apology from DK Suresh. Remember, DK Suresh, who is a Karnataka MP, is also the brother of the Deputy Chief Minister. Yesterday, in response to the budget, had said that money from the south is being used to pay for infrastructural development in the north. He'd after that implied that if this continued, southern states would demand a separate country. Now, right after that remark, you did have some leaders even going a step further in defending it, saying that he was reflecting the true sentiment of what people felt in the south. Now, this controversy played out yesterday, but now Piyush Goyal responding. Let's go to our colleague Payal Mehta to understand more about what his response was. Payal, we haven't played out Piyush Goyal's response. Could you go ahead and tell us more about it, please?
Well, of course, Piyush Goyal, the leader of the House in the Rajya Sabha and senior minister in the Modi government and BJP Rajya Sabha MP, has essentially said that this is not the way in which a country like India can really function. So, for an elected member of parliament, and mind you, DK Suresh is an elected member of parliament in the Lok Sabha, he cannot be making these demands to have a special nation or a separate nation for the South. So, that's something which Piyush Goyal has not only slammed, but demanded an unconditional apology from the Congress party and, of course, DK Suresh in particular.
Okay, and can you tell our audiences, Payal, a little bit more about the political fallout that we saw yesterday? We, of course, saw a few Congress leaders seemingly defending it. Then the Karnataka Chief Minister coming forward, Siddaramaiah coming forward and saying he didn't stand by the part of the comment where he'd said that southern states are demanding a different country, or that that's the impression. Have other BJP leaders come up and questioned it since then?
Well, all the Karnataka leaders from the BJP have come up and questioned this, because this is not the way it should really function. India is a democracy and the world's largest democracy, and we understand that this is one country, which is essentially one nation and one flag and one constitution. So, demanding for something like this, in a bid to corner the BJP, something which cannot really function, is what the BJP has been saying. So that's why we'll have to just wait and see how this further escalates. But now that Piyush Goyal has demanded that unconditional apology, and Mallikarjun Kharge, who's the leader of the opposition, also hails from Karnataka, it will be important to see if he actually asks DK Suresh to really come out and apologize.
Can you tell our audiences, Payal, since you said this took place in Parliament, how did the opposition leaders who were present there respond?
Well, the opposition leaders heard him out, and obviously they would have created a ruckus as far as that is concerned. But we'll have to just wait and see how this transpires, because, like I said, that Mallikarjun Kharge is the leader of the opposition. He's the Congress party's president. And he is somebody who hails from Karnataka. So will he ask his fellow parliamentarian, fellow MP and fellow state colleague to actually come out and apologize? That remains to be seen, because for now we have seen that multiple times, even if the BJP has made multiple requests, the Congress party has brazened it out.
Okay, Payal, if I could just ask you to stay with us, we'll just come back to you with more context. We're just waiting to play that reaction out, what Piyush Goyal said for our audiences. Let me just also give our audiences some context here. On the left side of your screens, you can see DK Suresh. He's an MP from Karnataka, and as we told you earlier, he's the brother of the Deputy Chief Minister in Karnataka. The Chief Minister is, of course, Siddaramaiah. Now, DK Shivkumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, after his brother had made this comment, stood by parts of it. He said that his brother is only voicing out loud the opinions of those who can't voice it out loud. Now, the Chief Minister of Karnataka did not entirely stand by the comment. He went on to say that he didn't agree with the part where essentially DK Suresh was implying that southern states should form their own nation. This controversy breaking out shortly after the interim budget was released yesterday, which, remember, was our key story yesterday. Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman tabling the budget, obviously just a few months before Lok Sabha elections take place. Now, on the right side of your screens, what you can see is Piyush Goyal. He is, as you can see in those visuals, addressing the Rajya Sabha. My colleague Payal with us to continue to bring us more context on this. Payal, we are just getting some lines from what Piyush Goyal said. I believe he said that the remarks reflect the divisive mindset of the Karnataka Congress. But can you just tell us a little bit more? Because you were saying earlier that BJP leaders in Karnataka responded. How did that comment go in? Because it was a very high-profile comment we got. How did it... Okay, we have the BJP calling in with a response. Malvika Avinash calling from the BJP. Ma'am, thank you for joining us right now on CNN News 18. Ma'am, we were just asking our colleague Payal, who's reporting this for us, about the BJP response to these comments, because these are obviously very, very polarizing comments. Can you tell our audiences what the BJP's first response to this was, ma'am, as we wait for what Piyush Goyal has said? We'll just play that out also for our audiences.
No, this is much more than just polarizing. This is as good as sedition. Here is a man who says we have to divide the country. This is as good as sedition. This is a seditious remark he has made. And he is no ordinary congressman. He is the sitting MP from Bengaluru. So he has to explain why he said so and certainly render an apology in the parliament. No less than that. Otherwise, he has to face charges for sedition.
And ma'am, I do want to ask you, this is actually something he said, that this is a common sentiment. It's not a sentiment that is just isolated to Karnataka. He essentially has said that this sentiment that we're paying higher taxes and that states in the south don't get back as much for the rupee in terms of how much they pay the center, that is a common sentiment. Ma'am, is that something you found multiple opposition leaders to have said in the past?
You see, it is one thing to lament on how much Karnataka gets from the national kitty. It's another to speak of separatism. These are completely different subjects. You want to discuss the budget? Go ahead and discuss the budget. You have every right to, as a congressman and as a person of the opposition. But to make a seditious remark in that regard cannot be accepted. These are two separate things. I don't think we can mix up the two. One cannot justify the other.
And ma'am, can I also ask you, just a follow-up question here, the fact that you had his brother DK Shivkumar come on record and not entirely shut down the comment. He did say that, look, he's voicing out loud the sentiment that some have hidden within them. What did you make of that, ma'am? And then the fact that the Chief Minister did come on record and say we don't support this part of the statement.
Now the Chief Minister can say whatever he feels like in hindsight. It is no secret that the Chief Minister and DK Shivkumar themselves are at war. This has been going on for the last more than 2 or 3 years in Karnataka. Their war before elections and their war thereafter. And this is a war for the CM's chair. That's a completely different subject. So the CM saying that he doesn't stand by it or he doesn't accept it is of no consequence. This man himself is a sitting MP and he has a brother who is a sitting minister supporting him. So these are the people that need to tender an apology and these are the people that need to justify what they are saying. For the CM to step in as of now is of no consequence.
Okay, all
Let
right.
the MP tender an apology.
Okay, Malvika Avinash, ma'am, thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. We're going to continue to bring you more context on this story and we're going to try to get in more opposition responses. As we speak, Parliament is in session and as we told you a little earlier, our colleague Payal told us, ruckus created over the last few minutes. The Union Minister coming forward and making this statement, slamming the Congress in a larger address in which he said that DK Suresh's comments of this nature are very, very unfortunate. He's also said, and you can see this on your screens, that he said the remarks themselves show Congress's divisive mindset. Remember, all of these pointers are particularly important in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections. How we're going to see the BJP frame their attack. This is at a time when, and this is an important point to bring to you, the BJP has no southern bastion. No southern state right now belongs to the BJP. So their messaging right now towards southern states is particularly important to look at. And it's one to pay attention to in these next few weeks, next few months. Now,